Today we're going to talk about how blackness is personified in George Floyd and the events surrounding George Floyd's death. Welcome back to the Biblical Conservative channel, where we come against the anti-God, anti-biblical, anti-Christian, anti-American spirit that is looking to prevail in this land. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
The George Floyd statements on my show was so hurtful. And you got to realize it was the first 5 minutes of the show. Like when he walked in, he told my producer, he said that if he'll stop filming, that he'll walk out. So I didn't want a Birdman moment. I didn't want a Birdman moment with y'all, like, you know, where Birdman walked out. So I wanted the man to speak. But later on, like, I actually checked him about the George Floyd's comments. I actually checked him about the White Lives Matter. But it was so later in the episode, and it was so like, you know, I was already inebriated at that time that maybe people looked over it. But I apologize to the George Floyd family. I apologize to anybody that was hurt by Kanye West comments. Although I do support free speech, I am black.
So as you've heard recently, Kanye West has been deplatformed from a number of different social media outlets, Twitter, Instagram. He's had interviews taken down, all because he would dare to mention something negative surrounding the death of George Floyd. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm not here to disparage the memory of George Floyd. Any soul that's taken by unlawful acts is a sad occasion. It is a sad occasion. As a Christian, as a biblical conservative, I'm all about righteousness and justice. But at the same time, we cannot say that we are quote unquote Christians or quote unquote for free speech and yet yank down Ye because he said something that we disagree with. But that's what blackness is about right now. Everything that George Floyd represents, he represents blackness. And so when you attack that, you're attacking blackness, and black people take that personally. Hip hop artists take that personally because it's, if you are assaulting them, that you are affronting them. When in all actuality, what Kanye was saying has been spoken about by a number of other people, and it did not warrant him to be deplatformed. But nevertheless, he was, because they wants to silence him. What they're looking to do, and see, this is what people don't understand about blackness. Black people themselves are being used as pawns in this game to ultimately silence biblical truth, ultimately silence Christians, ultimately reduce Christians from the public space, from the public square. They're using black people. They're using this blackness thing as a wedge, as a tool, as a weapon to bludgeon biblical truth to submission and omission. I'll say that again. They're using blackness. They're using it as a tool, as a weapon to bludgeon biblical truth into submission and ultimately omission. That's why I fight against it, because I am about the word of God, about biblical truth. I am a biblical conservative. I believe in the word of God first. I am not a victim. I am empowered for greatness. And so we must recognize what is really going on behind the scenes. They're using blackness as a weapon to bludgeon biblical truth into submission and omission.